It's that time again to return to the Dungeons & Dragons table of the Reliquary Tower, back with more Karminian chaos. Sitting around me are my lovely players. Zaccardi right here playing Felix Locust.
Your war friends!
Martin Pepper as Jorn Cinderheart.
Hello.
Nora as Ariena. I forget her last name.
I don't remember it.
Okay, if they don't remember it, I don't need to.
It's just Nora. That's
Just
all you need to know. If you look at
Nora, I
any
never
of the
remember.
credits on our videos, it's
Nythe.
just Nora.
What?
Nythe.
Nythe?
Without the T, but yes.
Nythe? Okay. Ariena Nythe.
Why not Nythe?
And Marshall playing new character whose name is yet to be determined. It's Vengeance. Their name's Vengeance.
Ancient metal band.
Yes.
Unfortunately, our terror on the universe, the Professor, also known as Bradey, will not be joining us for the next couple episodes because unfortunately they had some other commitments they had to deal to. A house is being sold, to my understanding, so
Actually doing the responsible thing.
doing
Yeah.
responsible adulting. Unlike the rest of us.
I'm not an adult, I don't have to be responsible.
There we go.
Must be nice.
Must be better.
Yeah.
Last episode, some conclusions to some inter-party conflicts happened. Tied up as they were affected with a cosmic madness that had undertaken pretty much at least all of Karminia that you know, when the sky was torn open and flashed green and suddenly sealed again by a unknown presence that the Professor seems to be in link with. Our fighter, Jorn, and the Professor himself were affected by a strange madness that caused them to turn on the party and then fight each other. But after that conflict, Jorn was subdued as well as the Professor so that they could get help in the destination of their current quest, Isletail, on the southernmost tip of the country of Iberia. Once arriving there, they entered Isletail. They met with a woman named Eveline Celestin and another person that was accompanying them by the name of Vengeance. Vengeance.
You can only say it like that. You have to say it like the moment you're in conversation. It's like, oh, have you seen Vengeance?
I've seen Vengeance.
Did this happen to see? Oh, did he see
You
Vengeance
were the one who
doing
started
that
it.
earlier
Yeah,
today?
I know.
Do you regret naming the character Vengeance?
Oh,
okay.
That's not your plan.
Once meeting this Eveline Celestin and Vengeance, they spoke with them in hopes that they'd be able to help cure the Professor and Jorn of their madness. Evelyn, being a practitioner of some healing arts, was able to alleviate Jorn of his madness, which was determined and displayed by this glowing green ring around the eye that subsides and now fades from his eyesight. However, the Professor, who still has the same mark, is apparently beyond help of Evelyn. Some small conversations were had between this new group and the old party, and an agreement was made that the party would help Evelyn and their new compatriot Vengeance in a current venture they have in the quarantined undead section of Isletail. And in exchange, Evelyn would do whatever she can in order to help you discover more about what's happening, as it seems the world is becoming ever more chaotic. So you guys are in the town of Isletail. You're standing in the street. You're walking towards the quarantine section so you can get this job underway. I don't remember. Did Eveline actually cover with you what the job would be for, or did
I believe it was to capture a zombie or one of the recently infected to
Yes, okay.
study it. But
test a
she
cure
also
on it.
did explain how the undead were acting as well a little bit, I think.
Acting like the ones we found in the vault.
Yes. Generally,
Not the same as mine.
Yeah,
No.
not the same. You two illegally do not know.
Well, I don't know about the ones that you guys encountered. I have encountered a different one.
yes.
A different strand, per se.
Yours were large, lumbering, and very hardy.
Yes,
very
very
hard to
very
kill.
brutal. These ones are more quick.
Would you have already gone into the quarantine zone at all? No, you're
No.
going in. You're full blind. You have no idea what you're in
Hasn't
store
seen
for.
a zombie.
Okay, literally has no idea what
Yes.
she's gotten herself into. Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
So like the rest of us.
This
will
will
be
be
fun.
fun.
as Evelyn is walking down the street with you guys, she's just kind of looking around, just being like, okay, just as a refresher, once we get in there, I need to find anybody who's been recently infected, not quite turned yet, and I can test a cure on them. I have a couple different doses, so anybody that we can find will be necessary. I'm going to need you guys to keep me safe. Avoidance is our #1 priority. I do not want to start a fight if we do not have to, because at the end of the day, all of these people are sick, even if they're a little bit past help. Of course, there is a point where we need to think about our own personal safety. So I'm saying that if we have to fight, I will help, but at the same time, it needs to be the last thing on our list. We can't fight an entire half a town by ourselves.
Understood.
I'll kind of look out of curiosity.
Yes.
Do they have any magical properties to them? Would you know that?
Last time I was in there, they didn't seem to be magical in any nature. They're definitely a more violent and energetic strain, and while my assumption so far has been the root of their infection has been magical, it doesn't seem that it has imbued them with any magical properties.
Then that one. Very well.
Okay. I'm actually happy to have somebody who has a little more knowledge for once, actually, too. So. Oh no,
This
nothing.
is the
I'd say that again.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Well,
come on,
this
it-
is a
it-
different-
it's very infrequent that members of the Black Hats actually get to interact and work with each other. Just like having anybody
Yeah.
who is like trained by the same discipline as you is just kind of a comfort.
From the sounds of it, this
What
strand.
happened to the professor? Is he just still locked up?
Oh yeah, where is the professor? 'Cause I
The
thought he
professor is walking with you guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
we
he-
untied him.
You untied him. Like
I used both my 3rd level spells to put him to sleep for like a minute.
Yeah,
we
like,
untied him.
he is
Okay.
walking with you now. He's just kind of standing there in the back whistling, just like.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, he's very nonchalant.
It's
about
just
it.
checking the time, looking at the sky.
Yeah, pocket
like,
watch comes out. Yeah.
He looks like he's waiting for something big to happen.
So when's the next cosmic event gonna entirely destroy the universe?
The weather's nice.
Nope. Okay. I was gonna do detect magic to like see how many undead are around us if they were magically in nature.
You guys have not entered the quarantine.
Yeah,
area.
yeah,
You're
no.
walking through the regular town.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like when we get there, I could use
Is it
detect
just
magic.
like a
but, like,
meter? It's just like-
it's a 30. It's a 30 feet radius, so I would know where they are, so we could avoid them as much as possible. and then-
myself.
Absolutely.
I'll do the same.
Evelyn's gonna do the same.
You don't have to. And no, I did not roll a 1.
Okay.
The TM doesn't have to know that.
But if you did, the question is.
It was a 15.
Jorn is going to
Welcome.
point out, I think the biggest challenge here really is how do we extract someone out who's been infected but not turned? I think
Well-
I have an idea.
Okay, from my study so far of studying the infection is there are several stages. There's of course like a normal healthy person, there's a point of infection, and then they have several days where they actually will transform and fully become undead, and their body will begin to rot. And it's not really till the brain starts to corrode that they really actually grow the violent tendencies that you see with these hyperactive undead. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if there's anybody even still remotely alive in that part of town. It's just...
Well, then this makes this plan perfect.
Would
Fire.
they? Would the current
town are we going?
decay?
Pardon?
How far into the town are we going?
Oh, it's pretty much just, okay, outside, just so I don't have to worry about doing this through characters so you guys fully understand what's happening. Evelyn can explain to you that pretty much there's the southern half of the town of Isletail. There's the southern half that's actually like on the water that has all the docks and shipping yards. That part of the town is the most heavily defended because it's the most important and vital part of the actual industrial part of the town. The other half, which is mainly residential areas, that is the half that got infected for the most part. So the healthy people were pushed out and set up in temporary residences, and you can see them a lot along the streets where you see like slight like tent shanty towns, and you see overflowing inns and things like that as you walk through the town of like residents who've kind of been moved when of the few that were healthy that were able to escape. The residential portion of the town has been entirely walled off, and like contained. So it's a good like couple dozen square blocks of the town, but once you get in there, there's only like one real exit or entrance. This is only gonna be like
I mean, it's just a wall.
like if the town is an if
Climbable.
the town is an hour like across to travel, you're only going like 30-minute walking.
Okay.
I'm going to apologize now for what I feel like I can probably do to do this. Continue,
Yeah.
but I'm apologizing in advance for what I'm about.
No. That's the whole thing. That's how she's explaining the situation. And either way, yeah, that's the situation in town right now. We're actually not too far off the.
Would any of the undead have any sort of intelligence? No knowledge of where any survivors might be, possibly.
I don't believe so. Like I said,
You
once
don't know
they
much.
reach the point where they actually fully become undead, this strain doesn't keep any semblance of their consciousness alive. It effectively turns them into wild animals and pawns.
Would they be able to sniff out an actual survivor?
From what I've seen, these ones' senses do seem to be heightened in some way, so yes, they might be able to work like the bloodhounds.
I might be able to help find one. Possibly, once they're in.
Okay, do you want to give me an update on what you're gonna do, or...?
With one of the current fully formed undead, I might be able to ask it or tell it, per se, to find a living person to keep alive and,
Okay.
well, more or less lead us to it.
I mean, I appreciate the initiative and the creative thinking, but I also don't like the idea of sicking an undead on a defenseless citizen.
I'm not
So-
seeking it, I'm asking it to find them
Okay, so
for
you're-
us to
You
follow
can exert
it.
that much control over them, then?
Yes. Hopefully. This is going to be the first... I've done this with standard undead, but not these ones, so I
Okay.
don't know how it will work.
Alternatively, I have an idea too that may be a little on the crazy side, but also
And
all we need is a cart, a pan, and some stick or something.
we are not drawing them to us.
Come again?
That seems to be your plan. Draw them
No.
to a cart.
Yes.
I can only
No,
control
that-
one of
yeah,
them.
actually, it's not.
That's
If
a
it works, I can
horrible
only
plan.
control one of them. It's not going to work on the whole horde.
Well, in the very least, then we have a distraction. Any volunteers?
Oh.
You're the one who made the plan, how about you be the
Yeah,
volunteer?
I'm the new person. I have no idea what's. And here's the problem. She would actually want to volunteer. What's going on? Oh my god.
See, alright, here's what you do. We just need a simple cart.
Okay, let's make that plan B. Just
Are you
because it sounds like what you're trying to do is definitely gonna prevent us from any form of stealth through this. And like I said, not getting into a fight should be our #1 priority. His way, well, I will admit I have some misgivings about. At least sounds like we will only need to see one of them, and we should be able to at least like have a little bit of
That
control
was
over
the
the
hope.
situation.
Unless it's an actual horde when we walk in, then we might have to hide for a moment. Or leave without entering a dispute, per se.
Okay. For the most part, they have guards on all the walls to try and keep all the undead off of them and away from the town. So, like, the second we walk in, it's not like we're going to be in the center of a mass migration or something. The guards, for the most part, don't want to have to deal with them, so they keep them as far away from possible. So they-
Understood.
arrows, crossbows, everything, magic they have to try and ward them away from the wall. So we're gonna have a little bit of space once we get in there. But
Alright. I
Okay.
think I'm ready to enter.
Yeah.
Unless they have anything else to do.
The checkpoint is right ahead, so if anybody has anything they need to do or get off their chest or would like to prepare in any way, now is the time.
I'm ready.
It's nice knowing you got no. Jesus, I'm not gonna say that.
It's very morbid of you.
This
Should
will be fun.
It should be just
At
a
least-
quick in and out. Let 10 minutes or less.
At least I'll be a part of
It
the
might be a
order.
little bit longer than that.
I mean,
How
by the sounds of
long-
it sounds pretty easy.
How long have you been with the order?
Well,
Oh, she.
I'm not a part of the order. I mean, I'm so worried.
She's not wearing a hat.
She just
So
has
you're
it.
Okay.
you're more of an apprentice under Eveline here.
That's very nice of you to say, but no. I've
No,
known
she's
her for,
not
like,
my apprentice. I started going around asking for help because the last time I went in there, things got a little bit dicey.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, that's one of the
well,
reasons why I'm not 100% sure my cure works.
I work alone.
I lost a lot
Most
of my
of the
research notes last time, and so
Well,
I
it will
wanted
be
to prevent that
nice.
from happening again.
It will be nice for a change to work with someone under the order.
absolutely.
It's been quite a while.
You guys are best friends.
Not, I wouldn't say best friends. I'd say more of acquaintances that work under the same brand.
We're both looking at you. Evelyn's got her mask on, which has like the red eyes.
Hold up.
And it's like the tubes coming down and across her belt, and then Felix's mask is staring at you with a bird beak and like the black purpley eye.
Hold up.
Oh, I should have brought my gas mask.
I used to make those.
I should have brought my gas mask.
That's a nice bird mask.
He's been wearing it the entire time. Like,
Yeah, like this has been on the entire time.
It's kind of scary.
I don't think any of you have actually seen Felix's face.
Nope. No, we have.
Well, he
Fartug did.
Fartug.
Fartug.
Right?
Yeah, because Fartug saw from the building when I first appeared, and the mask was knocked off
Oh,
my
okay,
face.
yeah. Okay. Got
So
it.
yeah, because immediately after I put
Well,
my
we
mask
don't
back-
need to worry about him knowing what you look like anymore, so.
It'll be on the next poll.
And I'm still wearing my cloak, so I still look like no one knows exactly what I am.
Yeah.
Well, they might know because
Well, as much of you as covered as possible,
Yeah.
because you're in a beard.
they know I'm a tiefling at minimum.
Same as normal. Like,
Okay.
change it.
Are we
To be fair,
entering?
you look fairly normal for the most part, and Core, even though they are like slightly more rocky, they do generally share some characteristics with elves, so passing is not like extremely difficult for you.
You're just a really pale elf.
To be fair, some
I'm a
elves are
vampire.
very pale.
Yeah.
Shall we begin with the mission?
Okay,
I think
let
we
me
should
just
begin
go.
with the mission.
Let me go talk to the guards. They should be used to me coming through by now. You see, she walks up and kind of exchange some words with like there are sentries like every 2 to 3 meters on this wall, like
How tall is this wall?
30 feet. Like it's
I can climb it.
like for not a city, this is a very large installation in the center of town because most of the buildings here are 1-2 stories max.
It's also kind of an improv wall.
Yeah, it's also very much improv because they effectively what ended up happening is they were like, okay, what timber do we have? We need to get something up. And slowly over time, they've built it higher and made it a more secure thing. Like, you get from the look of the construction of the wall, like, this is a problem they've had for a prolonged period of time that they just have not been able to find a permanent solution for. So the solution they've had is, let's make the wall 10 feet bigger. Let's X, Y, and Z. Like, there are probably some real issues we could be addressing, but we don't know how to address those issues, so we're just going to build a wall that's much higher than it should be.
I might have a way to dull the curse from spreading if we do find a survivor. Protection from good and evil.
Yeah,
It protects from undead.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So I might have a way of like if it's like progressing, I might have a way to like dull it until we get out and like help them.
I never considered that as a use for this spell. I should know what my spells do.
Probably.
That's why I brought all these spell cards.
I brought a nap because I'm lazy.
Okay, walking forward. Oh, I should probably have the other textbook as well. Walking forward, you see Evelyn talking to the guards. There are many armed sentries all around. There's also a small walkway at the top of the wall that allows them to watch over top into the part of the city.
Like a fortress.
Yes. And there's a heavy gate there that, unlike the rest of the wooden wall, has like been reinforced with metallic barriers, and like they have turned what should be the weakest part of this wall into their most stable, defendable, secure point. She talks with them for about 10 to 15 minutes. Those of you who like are at the back is like, those of you who are fairly close like see that she's getting some pushback from them now that she's trying to invite other people into this section. Like,
I'm gonna walk up.
yeah, you walk up.
Can I listen in?
Yeah, sure. If you just want to like follow up behind him, you can.
I'm
If you wanna,
actually
like,
going
keep a
up to the
distance
guard
and,
with
like,
Evelyn.
I was gonna keep
Eveline.
Okay,
Is it Evelyn or Eveline?
Eveline.
Eveline.
I'm just very inconsistent.
Everlime.
Is there a problem here?
Oh, like we're okay with one. Sorry, wrong. It's not Tobias. It's not Tobias. It's just I'm not used. I'm not comfortable doing one NPC.
Freaks again.
Alright, let them in. I want them gone.
We're used to getting her coming and going. We trust her. We know her. Who the hell are you?
I'm a part of the order.
We get that from the mask. We don't trust you.
Very well. We are trying to help her. If she wants us in, if you don't want all of us in, I can at least be the most help.
You see he goes to like say something back to you and is about to get a lot more heated. Where like you're covering up, right?
He has his coat folded inside out, and he's
Yeah.
really just holding his hat low, but he didn't really do a lot to
Okay,
cover
but
up.
like it's gonna be difficult to like
Yeah.
discern your face. Okay, so like at least
At the
that
very
much.
least, he's not wearing a Vassenrai uniform.
Yeah.
Do I
Oh
have
yeah,
to
no,
make-
you're fine. Natural 2. And you're a half bell?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Do I have
Yeah.
to make a persuasion check against
No,
anything?
not
That's
at
on tape.
least for the moment. He's kind of, you see, he goes to like start yelling more back at you, and Eveline just kind of looks at you, and it's just like give it a moment, and gives you kind of a look behind the fog.
Just kind of like
like a head
No.
tilt, and she looks back at the guard and goes, "Okay, I get it. How about we just calm down for a moment?" And he starts to go, "Calm down!" And then she's just like, "How about we just make your day a little bit easier?" And you see, like, she takes out a coin purse and, like, gives him she bribes him essentially to get you guys through the gate.
I could have cast command.
And the guard's just like, "All right, but if they get infected, they're never coming out of that area again." And he just kind of stands back, and then he kind of lets you guys. They start working this massive cranked wheel that you see starts pulling some chains that begins to open these doors.
Carter, quick question.
Yeah.
Would this infection be considered a disease?
That's a restoration.
You don't know enough about it to know.
Okay. Just ask.
Okay, if
Just
it
ask.
was, wouldn't it just like
It wouldn't affect me
What's the
at
restoration?
all.
Yeah,
Well, it wouldn't affect me at all.
and I can just cure anyone else. Less restoration.
You
And like
could
you
cure.
could cure someone with lay on hands. Like,
I can cure with. I have a total point of 15 at the moment, so
No,
I could
3.
I could heal 3 people of disease.
Yeah, like if we get,
Oh wait!
if we get infected,
If it is a disease, I could cure the person that we're trying to.
Cure
find.
Bradey.
No, that's not a
He's
disease.
beyond help.
When it comes down to it, when that kind of like Evelyn's gonna immediately look at you and is like, "We don't need this person anymore." Like, sorry, pal, it's no longer your lucky day.
Can only bring 5.
Just leave them in there.
The gates open and you all.
You can do the cart.
you can do the cart.
Yeah, but the professor does the cart.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
there
but
we
he's
go.
going to go on a rampage.
That's
Knowing the professor, he's
That's
going
the
on a
point
rampage.
of the cart, to draw their
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
But didn't we want no
So-
violence?
All right. Jorn's gonna
We're
look
not
at the professor.
This is not
And
being
say-
actually
This is
considered.
not a lawful good campaign. This is chaotic neutral at best.
Jorn's going to. Is there any like just a simple like cart, kind of like a larger wheelbarrow, basically around? I imagine they have a lot of it hauling these corpses around.
Martin, none of us were taking that plan serious.
No,
Okay.
we said that's a last resort. That's it. That's end of
can
story.
wreck the campaign.
Done.
Before you guys start trying to like loot the entirety of the quarantine city, can I at least describe what it looks like? Unless you're looking for one on the way to the wall.
I was eyeing down one on the
Okay,
way.
make a perception check then for as you're walking up.
You can have guidance.
Sure,
You
what
can
do I
add a
add?
D4.
D4. Do I have a D4 ready? Yes, I do. 16. 17, 18, 19.
19, yeah. You as you walk up, they have not been dealing with any of the corpses inside of the quarantined area, so they've kind of just been piling up. All of the tools and farming equipment, like there are stores and stalls where you can buy stuff that is like wheelbarrows and basic carts and stuff that can be pulled by hand. Anything big enough to be like moved by a horse is like pretty expensive and generally would have been kept on the stables, which probably would have been on the land-facing side of exit of the city, which is now in a quarantine zone. So you don't see anything that large, but like there are wagons and stuff, but like you're gonna pretty much have to pay for any of them. Like none of them are just like out.
Jordan's gonna walk up to.
At least until like this is from the populated part of the town, not the quarantine.
Okay, so then Jordan's pretty much gonna walk up to like one of them, like because he's looking for something basically you can just like push,
Yeah.
like and doesn't need no need of a horse basically. He's gonna like, how much for the cart?
This cart.
Do we notice Jorn walk off to a cart?
Yeah, you guys would have noticed
This is-
him walk
This
up.
isn't
to
in the quarantine zone.
No, this is not in the
Okay.
quarantine zone. This
Okay.
is us backtracking a little bit so that Jordan can try and buy a cart before you guys get there.
When he walks off, I'm gonna go over to him.
So Felix follows you.
Jorn,
Sorry, you were gonna say
Hey,
something.
I'm paying with my money. You don't need to worry about it.
we are not doing that plan yet.
Think of it right. We have the professor here with us, and
It's going on the massacre. Didn't we not want a conflict?
yes, so we're going to send them off in the other direction.
I don't really.
Plus,
Why run? I mean,
I know how
we could just
sometimes things work, and it
walk.
can actually work out in a different way.
You are talking about the professor here.
It's a city.
Can we wait to have your conversation after done so I don't have to like try and decipher audio?
You do what you want, but don't expect us to actually go along with this.
Very well. All right. How much is the cart?
I walk back.
No, it's just an old halfling woman, hooked nose, like mildly witch-like appearance,
Fine.
but there is no evidence of magic around her. This one,
Yeah, that one.
15 gold pieces.
Done. And he's gonna reprint it and toss 15 gold into the
Okay. She takes your 15 gold. You can walk away with like a mid-sized like.
cart. He's gonna be like pulling it behind.
Yeah,
basically.
it's not a wagon. When you think like it's not like a little kid's wagon. It's like a wooden cart that you'd probably use to move like stone or like smaller furniture.
That's perfect.
So like it's not freakishly big. It's also like not small. So like an average person could probably sit in it like a shopping cart.
That'd work.
You've pretty much got a medieval shopping cart.
All right.
I'm just realizing this now. You could have gotten a cart that like needs a horse to pull because I have a horse.
But it might
Not
be-
necessary.
It might become a zombie horse though.
It's an abyssal horse basically.
And he
A
said,
zombie-
We're gonna stop talking about his weird tentacle horse.
Oh,
I never said
oh,
tentacles.
yeah,
It's just
Yeah,
a
but you're a warlock,
Oh,
so it's
it's not-
implied.
I'm not that warlock.
I know, I'm joking.
I'm not the professor.
not yet.
Not yet. Good. Arena's catching on.
All right. So we're back
Or at least
then.
north.
Jordan happens to have a cart.
So Jorn has a card. Sorry, you guys may have your if you wanted.
Is there also? It's something you can. Would you be able to locate? He needs a pan.
a pan? Yeah, you're able to find a pan. No problem.
Picks up a
Another
pan
spell.
on the thing.
So,
and-
like,
Pretty
a
sure if you have an
silver.
explorer's
Sure.
kit, you already have a pan.
Oh, I was pan.
Never
Already
mind,
cool.
You already have a pan.
I have a
Yeah,
pan. There we go.
explorer's kit, yeah.
Pan needs just a simple stick. Pick it off the ground, basically. All right, so we're at the gate now, right?
No, they're talking while you're walking off.
Okay,
Yeah,
they're talking.
we're talking to the professor.
Okay.
I'm not entering any conversation.
Okay, say what you said again.
Do you know any of what we're doing? Do you have any experience with this?
Well, I mean, when I was younger, I had a cold, and I had to stay inside for a few days. But you know, it was serious.
This is a bit worse than that. The infected aren't really people anymore. They're more animals at this point.
Like nice animals?
No.
No. Come up with an example in my brain. It's like, I can come up with 0 examples.
Lions, tigers, bears?
Right now, I never have seen any of those.
Like, they will try to hurt you at every opportunity.
I will say,
I've seen these things.
you've seen the zombies. In the floating islands of the neutral territories, there's a lot of weird creatures that have adapted to like the floating island like ecosystem. So there are like wolves that have like flying squirrel wings almost and stuff like that. That like jump between islands and
I'm
stuff. But,
drawing
like
that.
you definitely have experience with like dangerous animals.
How does that work?
That's horrifying.
Yeah, I know. I was really disappointed you guys didn't encounter any last time.
The way it works is it doesn't. It's just adaptability.
There's also like massive amounts of magics just like late in almost all of
And
the territory there. So like
Don't
magic
try-
amplifies evolution
Yeah,
essentially.
don't try and figure it out. They're floating fucking islands.
No,
I think
no,
they can make a wolf float.
Yeah, wolf would. How would the leg?
Ever see a
They
flying
have
squirrel?
adapted
Yeah,
and
it's a
evolved to
flying
have
squirrel,
different limbs. Okay.
Okay.
They have
Okay,
different
okay.
joint structures that allow them a more range of motion.
Not a wolf anymore.
Exactly.
Head of a wolf.
The closest thing you could comprehend is a wolf, so
Right.
that's how I'm describing it, so you get the general
Right.
idea. So I wouldn't have to go into a massive dialogue structure
You could
explaining the
biology.
physics and biology of these creatures that I'm now doing
They
anyway.
didn't realize this. It's the bloodborne enemy that's just the bats of the dog heads. That's
He
it.
doesn't know
There
what
we
that is.
I'm sorry.
And don't get me started with the dogs, the bat.
I've seen danger before.
You don't seem to act like it. Like, this is probably the most dangerous thing you will find within a 30-mile radius.
I was gonna say the professor was.
Evelyn's standing next to you, and she's just like,
What is
yes,
going-
and no.
What else is going on here?
There's a lot of bad things happening.
Of course.
And also, with the sky tearing open, I just think it's probably unsafe to give people a false sense of security.
No, that's the guy over there.
Well, yeah, see, then there's less than 30 feet away. There's something more dangerous. He points at the professor.
I will move 5 feet
No,
further away from the
but-
professor.
She is correct. This is going to be very dangerous. If you always have an out if you want it, but once we get through the gates, I kind of need you to stick with me, just because at that point, there's kind of a no going back.
God. I mean, I'm used to the risks. I think many. I'm trying to hold a straight face.
okay.
Oh God.
I can't hold a straight face hearing it, so I have no idea how you're getting even close.
Me neither.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I have what it takes. And then I pull out my lunchbox and I take some apple slices.
Okay.
You're gonna need to, like, stay behind people with Evelyn then.
All right.
Gonna instantly run right to the front.
Yes. They're all my friend. All of them.
So are we
There,
at the
23
gate
hit
now?
points.
Is that all you guys wanted to talk about during that time? Okay, so
that's
then
the gate.
fast back forward, back to when the gates are opening, pulled with a massive crank that's pulling the chains, and the reinforced doors open. And you guys open out, and It is weird to see a city so, like, not a city, but like a town so empty in broad daylight. During broad daylight, in any town, pretty much across all of Karminia, there will be people walking, peddlers on the side of the street trying to sell wares, like just beggars. There will be activity. This is nothing. No people, just silence. A couple corpses here and there just lying on the ground. Shattered windows and almost everything. Like, this town has been taking a beating. No conscious person, for the most part, has stepped foot in this town, for this part of the town, for what seems like probably the better part of a year, just from the judgment of the wear and tear of buildings, of the grass pushing through the few areas of the stone road that aren't like 100% paved with other stones and materials. You are like seeing a place undergoing mild reclamation. It is quiet. In front of you, at least, it is entirely quiet. You can still slightly hear the town behind you until you hear the massive doors just clang shut. And then you hear them lock behind you.
So, are you gonna see
Jorn?
corpses?
There are corpses on the ground. They're not moving.
Oh,
Jorn's going to look at the professor and roll on up with the wheel of the cart and just like, all right.
Evelyn walks up and she's like, no. Plan B. Remember Plan B?
Fine.
Work with his first.
They just locked the doors behind us. How do we get it?
I have this horn, and you see she holds up like a small carved wood horn. When we get back to the gate, we're supposed to blow it. They're only going to open the door for unaccompanied. So that's why I wanted to push stealth, keep things quiet. Because if we have like,
If we have a horde, we are stuck
if we have a horde,
here,
we're screwed. We're stuck here.
dealing with them, and it's not going to be a.
If there are a couple, if there are like under 5, they'll probably shoot arrows and help us dispatch them, then come out and inspect us before they let us in. Because that is the main problem with getting back in, is that they're gonna come out, and it's gonna take an hour for them to make sure that we're not sick before we get back through those gates.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go this way. And she just kind of unless anybody has any more guidance of where we need to go. You said we need to find one that's fully
At least
infected.
one that's fully infected, that is preferably alone, so we don't have to deal with a horde.
Do you have any way of locating them?
Unfortunately.
Oh, do I? Divine Sense might work.
Sense should work.
Yes.
I'll use a Divine Sense.
Okay.
I have
Um,
6, so...
scanner, and it's just one dot.
It lasts for like
3
a
dots.
minute.
400 dots.
Also, back in another episode, I bought Surveyor supplies. Bio Surveyor. That's what I would be putting.
While he's looking, Vengeance is just kind of like gonna see
If
like a
that's all right.
corpse.
Yeah, that's good. That
You know the location of any undead within 60 feet of you.
there'd probably only be, because it was a fairly cheap supplies. It would probably only be one potion of healing, just because that's an actual magic item. The rest are fine for the most part.
Alright, that works for me.
Painkillers, I'd say, would probably just nullify the stun effect.
It doesn't matter. That's kind of what I would be putting.
But general idea, that's what you have. Yep. Guys, Zaccardi has drugs.
Get him! I need him.
You guys don't know. It's just it's
You guys
a little
don't know,
Surveyor
right?
kit.
Oh.
Okay, I'm using a Divine Sense to locate undead within
Okay.
60 feet.
60 feet?
Fey, Fiend, Undead, I
yes.
think. Or Celestial as well, I'm not sure.
The usual stuff.
No
Usual
aberration,
bad.
right? No aberration?
I believe aberration is on that list.
Aberration is on the list?
Let me.
I'm looking that up right now.
My phone password.
Aberration.
Divine Sense. Until the end of the next turn, you can locate any Celestial, Fiend, or Undead.
No aberration.
Wow.
Interesting.
Damn it.
You know the
Damn.
type, Celestial,
We
Fiend,
lose
or
the
Undead,
pressure,
of
we're
any
gonna find them.
being whose presence you sense, but not is identity.
Okay.
So I would know it's
You know
undead. It's not an. I don't know. If
You
it's
know
a
the
skeleton,
type,
zombie,
not the creature.
the type of it. So if it's
Yeah.
undead, I don't know if it's a zombie, vampire.
Yeah,
that kind
it
of
could
thing.
be anything. It feels strange that in a divine sense, a vampire, which is like a CR 13 monster, feels the same as a zombie, which is like a quarter CR.
I like to think of this as my patron just being a piece of shit.
Yeah, no, he's just digging you around. Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Undead right over there.
Is it
What
undead
kind?
right over
I
there?
don't know.
Surprise! It's a Death Lord. Or wait, what
It's a
are they
Death
called?
Tyrant.
Death Knight? Death Knight? What are
Death
they?
Knights.
Yes.
Death Knights, or it's a Death Tyrant, or something.
No,
like
Death Tyrant is a zombie beholder, I want to say, or something.
Yeah.
It's
Still
an
an
undead.
beholder type, but it is an undead, yeah.
that. Scary shit.
The world is scary. Especially the D&D world. Elephants will come and eat your children's brains. No one saw that musical.
What? Do I detect any celestial fiend or undead?
None in the immediate area. Like
60 feet.
Not yeah. Okay, within 60 feet. Like Eveline said, for the most part, the guards want to keep them away from the wall. So normally, if any like wander too close, they're gonna take out bows or crossbows, and they're just gonna pepper them until they're no more.
Well, in that, if
But it lasts for about a minute, so you guys do need to pick a direction. Kind of looks
well,
around
I'm
and it's
following her
Yeah.
as she would start moving.
she's not gonna move yet. She's gonna look around and just be like, okay, because I'm not the most familiar with your skill set, I'm gonna let you guys pick the direction. As you guys are looking around, you see like there's the main street going forward. There's a couple smaller streets going to the side. After that, there are a couple like alleyways that lead between buildings as well. I've been in here a couple times. I've walked around quite a bit. I want to make sure you guys are the most comfortable for this, because if the more comfortable you are, the more likely it is we're going to be able to get through this.
I look towards the
How do you want to go? You seem to have the most experience with undead, so...
Well, they'll most likely be. I have no idea for this strand. I've had another strand I had to deal with, so
Yes, but like behavioral overall.
they just wander. So most likely open area, preferably town. Do we have a town square in this section?
Yeah, there probably is. I can go find it. We can find it.
Let's make our way that way, because that would most likely be the most likely place.
Do you guys want main streets, side streets?
You want us to be
I-
hidden?
I would question against the alleyways, because we generally don't want to get closed off.
Yeah, so I'd say side streets
streets?
to stay semi-hidden, but at the same time open enough that we can run if needed.
Got it. So you guys start kind of going off around the side.
And I'm gonna keep my divine sense. If it starts to
Like-
run out and I don't see anything, I'll cast another one.
Yes.
So while they're starting to move, I'm gonna like freeze for a few seconds.
Okay.
There's corpses
Yeah.
on the ground.
Do I have?
Yes,
superfluid
vengeance,
mechanism?
those
gonna-
are dead people.
I'll just stand there. And just
They're like
look for
long
seconds.
since rotting, so like most of them are like don't have skin anymore. They are like you
Bone.
can see bone. Like they have been there for a very long
Bring
time.
the
Like
skeleton.
they're not quite skeletons because there's still a good chunk of meat on there, but like
It's kind of like
most of the meat has
usual-
mainly liquefied.
It's basically the
It
year
does not
long.
smell good.
It's basically the year-long, decrepit, skinny down corpse. Imagines looking like.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
It's skeleton plus meat.
okay, well, she's just gonna like look at them for
Yeah.
a few seconds and take it in, and then slowly start moving.
Okay, yeah. Like it's a oh shit, this is what I got myself into. Yeah.
Oh,
Oop, too far.
warned.
It has no. Oh Jesus. I'm assuming with my channel divinity, it would be my spell save DC if I need to save.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Always.
Good to know.
Okay. You guys start walking.
Nice job.
thank you.
While you're walking, is anybody doing anything besides just
You know what I'm doing.
keeping it? Yeah, you're looking
That's
for
just my-
undead.
yeah.
Well, I'm doing channel divinity.
Yes.
Specifically.
Got it.
How many charges do I?
The professor has stopped whistling, which is weirdly polite for him in this situation.
Is he hungry?
Oh god.
He's occasionally you just hear a loud as he like bites into an apple and
That's me.
Jorn's going to
slightly loud chewing.
He's gonna try to analyze the area and see if there's anything more than undead that might be wandering around here.
Okay, make a perception check.
I have a guidance.
You know my rolls are awful, so like.
Anything helps.
So that'll
11.
be
Oh,
14.
that's an urgent
11.
ability.
Oh, plus your.
I don't.
Yeah. 13?
14.
14? You don't really see anything else that's like wandering around here for the most part. For this first section of town, it's fairly empty. You don't really see any evidence of life. You see a lot of evidence of death. Not anything you're not accustomed to though, being the work you did before the campaign began. You do see there are a lot of just like straight up abandoned shops that still have a lot of goods in them.
I have this, if this helps. I know I haven't been here, but like, just like
You've
layouts.
been
of
around
cities.
here though for a bit, so yeah, you're pretty good at finding stuff through. So you and Evelyn together, because Evelyn's been in here the most part, can like lead the way to City Square, no problem.
Okay, I'll just be like memorizing layouts.
I'm not gonna make you guys do a check in order to get there because of your ability now.
Alright, 10.
Would I go through another divinity slot?
Do you want to fire it off right away? The second.
I was gonna, since there would be no undead around, and she already said that.
Yeah.
I would have waited a little till we got a little further in before I casted it.
You don't run into any for the first bit after that. Then, like you go probably like 300 feet into the town. You fire it off. You walk for a minute, and then you don't really see anything else for that first bit. Actually, before I say that nothing happens, everybody make a stealth check.
Oh yeah!
And I'll have to make one for the professor.
Advantage or something.
Jorn, you have disadvantage because you're pulling a wagon.
Alright.
You also have disadvantage
It's already rolled a 2.
because of chainmail, and I have disadvantage.
2, so.
okay.
Ooh, that's
Never mind then.
Shit.
Yeah.
Can I get a super bonus or something?
like
10.
for stealth.
I mean, I already know how to
Tens?
spell
Oh,
it.
it's not good.
Cool. 19.
19? Okay.
11.
11? Okay. That's not great for you guys. Let's do the professor and Evelyn. Who knows the professor's dexterity? Well, the professor got a nat 1, and
Evelyn got a 4.
Evelyn got a natural 4.
So going around.
The professor's just like eating loud.
He starts
Yeah,
whistling again.
The
Professor not giving a shit.
The professor
Yeah,
bites
bag of
his
chips.
the professor while eating his apple accidentally bites through the core and bites his tongue in just as loud as possible. Goes, damn it! Like,
At that point, I'll draw myself.
The maul is off Jorn's back.
did you ever attune to him?
I had no idea I needed to.
Okay. Well then, for now for now we won't do anything special.
It recognized me.
Yes. It's aware of you.
It acknowledged my existence.
Yes, it did.
More than swords should do.
Technically, yes.
I'll ready my crossbow, but hold it shaking.
Okay. Quivering with fear. It's not too long after that you begin to feel. Actually, I need to pull up a sheet.
After the professor bites his tongue, yells, "Damn it!" I feel the presence of undead somewhere.
You feel 600 undead surround the circle.
You feel the presence of undead coming from the sky. No.
Wait, what? I see none. No detection. Did you look up?
You
I would know where they are within a 60-foot radius.
60-foot radius.
I think. Hold up.
It's
hold up.
radius.
It is radius, so 60-foot radius.
Yeah, within you. As you're walking down the side street, you get a sense from one of the alleyways that you feel an undead presence moving towards you. It is moving extremely quickly.
Oh.
I mean, you have a single round to decide what to do. Everybody go.
How far away is it?
6 seconds.
Actually,
Felix, feeling for undead. Okay, sorry. So the professor bites into his apple, bites his tongue, screams very loudly. Felix, your 60-foot undead sense, you start feeling an undead creature coming down one of the further forward alleyways, just moving at you very, very quickly. Everybody's gonna get an action in order to before this creature is upon you. You have 7 seconds. Everybody, go. Felix.
I can use a free action, yes?
Everybody gets one action.
One action.
If you have a free action, yes, you feel it come.
I tell everyone prepare themselves, and I'm going to focus on it to cast Channel Divinity on it when it gets within range.
Okay.
Which would probably be within like 2 seconds.
Got it. Jorn, you have one action. What do you
Jorn's going to try to run up like against the wall. Use his action to run up against the wall where he's coming from. So
do? Where's he coming from? So you're just gonna use your movement? Got it.
movement. I'm probably just going to try as close to this section, but like out like basically on the wall as if, hey, he's about to come out.
You wanna move as close to it as possible?
All against the wall as close to it as possible.
Got it. Okay. Ariena, what is your action?
Stand in between it and Vengeance and Evelyn.
And Vengeance? Okay.
Probably move a bit closer than I am now.
Got it.
Like 10, 15 feet.
Yeah.
Right next to me.
I assume you're moving at some point. Oh wait, no, you're not. So yeah.
The professor's not gonna do anything because he's the one who biffed it.
Well, it's easier.
And also he's not here. Vengeance, what do you want to do?
You see, like, there's this alleyway.
Mhm.
Can they see there's an alleyway?
Yeah, everybody can see the street.
Okay.
Bradey is an divinity.
Oh, that is a good sense. Maybe we should Martin battle map now.
Aha!
This is going to be our combat system. I'm sorry, I did not have enough assets prepared for today, so we're gonna have a little bit. Not everybody gets an actual art token. I'm very
You
sorry.
can't be the monster.
Sorry, not sorry. Mark.
So right here, you're looking at the general outline of the street you're walking down in the quarantine part of Isletail. Ariena, right here, has a move between Vengeance, who's marked by the V token, and Jorn, who's up closer towards the front. Vengeance, of course, standing next to Evelyn. Evelyn, you want to Vengeance, you want to head towards...
There's like a little opening on my left. Is that an alleyway?
Yes, towards your left.
Okay, then I'll try and like, I'll just be, I'm gonna go in there, but only like 5 feet in,
So you're gonna move about
and just kind of
right there?
Yeah, and just kind of hide,
Okay.
but like
got it.
still like looking around. I
Yeah.
guess my action.
You want to stay conscious of everything, but
My action is just looking, because I'm not. I don't know where it's coming from, so just looking.
yeah.
Around.
Perceiving. Everyone is perceiving, waiting, knowing,
Not knowing.
not knowing. You all see this massive creature come barreling out of the alleyway. You see this amalgamation of parts. You were all kind of prepared for, like, humanoid, it looks like a person zombie. You see this massive, hunched over, like 12 foot by 12 foot cube, like could fit in that space creature, come barreling out of the alleyway with these 3 animal heads that have all been sewn together in an extendedly massed mouth. You see on the one end there's an antlered like deer whose teeth have all been broken out and then filed to a point. You see in the center the head of a massive bear that is now kind of gaping. And on the other side, the head of a wolf that's all been sewn together to make this massive mouth between them, with 3 separate tongues lolling out, its massive mouth hanging open in front of you. Its massive frame also. It seems like the actual physicality of the creature is no more like animal-like. It seems to be moving a lot more gorilla-like, where its arms are far more protruding. It's forcing itself forward towards you. All across its body, different patches of hair all kind of merged together in this strange amalgamation of parts, in almost like a budget chimera sort of deal, where you see this creature that's like, instead of being magically fused together, has actually been physically like taken apart and sewn back. You see it staring at all of you. Its 3 noses all sniffing in unison. Its massive mouth open with the tongues lolling out just goes.
That's properly terrifying.
Yeah, it's properly terrifying.
Have I seen anything like this before in my previous endeavors? Or nothing of the sorts of like this?
Make a history check with disadvantage.
Well, because of my previous...
Yes.
So,
This is not a common occurrence.
I don't remember that. Oh,
11?
in your nightmares.
You do not know what this is. I will give you a bit of a hint, though, because you do have a background. Some undead are created naturally, just through like magic spikes in a
This one
weird
wasn't.
place. Other undead creatures are made by people with specific purpose.
Okay.
This one's probably that second one.
Newsflash: if this channel divinity doesn't work, we're all probably dead. Everyone have backup characters?
Two. 5. Brady's gonna kill me.
Felix. As the creature bounds out towards and you fire off the channel divinity, you feel it strike against a magical barrier in this creature's brain that does not allow you to take control of it.
Oh no.
I'm gonna turn undead. I don't want to waste turn undead.
I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative.
Oh, that's nice. 5.
I'm using you.
I don't get initiative.
That
I'm afraid.
was
I don't know.
crap.
Do I get anything else? Cool.
That will be 11. Or no, 12.
So Ariena's at 5, Jorn is at 12, Vengeance, you are at 10, Felix
7.
at 7. This is not looking good for you guys.
No.
Question: How many hit points are there?
Evelyn,
We don't know. We don't know.
you don't know the total, but
Okay, tell me when she gets below 10. Then.
I will tell you when she
It
gets below
rhymes
10.
with flippy floor.
It's okay, you can put it over there. Evelyn, I will say because you're a healer, you know Evelyn has a good number of hit points. Like,
Okay.
she might have more hit points than all.
Combined?
Not combined,
Okay.
not combined, but like individual. Well, that depends. Jordan, how many hit points
He
do
has
you have?
30.
Okay.
He has less than I do.
Oh, you have how many hit points do you have?
33.
Yeah, she's fairly hardy.
Okay.
As hardy as me?
How hardy are you?
40.
Hardier.
Oh!
She's useful.
She's useful.
Send forth the
High
tiny
Constitution scores. They can't see you doing that to Nora.
I know, that wasn't for them, that was for me.
It's like we're never gonna hit this thing or deal damage. It's like we're just gonna heal. See, I'm healing more.
Professor,
No, I'm
that's
healing
what said
more.
we were doing. We let Jordan take all the hits, we just heal him.
Yep. Brady only has +1 to Dex, right?
He has 0.
Oh, +0. Okay. Professor is coming in front of all of you somehow.
How the heck?
After he bit that
At
apple.
14.
He runs away.
Evelyn.
Another
14. Evelyn has so far is leading the initiative.
Yes, NPC,
Mine-
take care of it.
Minus the
Move
giant
right behind you,
monster that's
NPC.
about to slaughter us all.
Now,
No, it's just gonna kill Jordan.
Here.
the Stitch Beast.
That's
not good for you guys.
Oh no.
Does it rhyme with meateen?
It may in fact rhyme with mate-teen. Unfortunately, a lot of numbers on a d20 rhyme with mate-teen.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. We have 2 dice trays now. Marshall. Nice. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll do this one.
There we go.
Zoom in. Oh, I can't zoom in.
It was the way it was. You ruined it.
You probably pressed the full screen.
Coming around the corner, our initiative is going to start with the Stitch Beast.
Just zoom in on just you.
Jorn,
Run.
I'm sorry, but you're the closest.
I know.
There is something else you noticed about the Stitch Beast. There are small, glowing green rings in the corner of each of its 6 eyes. The saliva pouring out of its mouth is also faintly glowing a familiar radioactive green.
Great.
Ah, Evelyn, your turn.
And look at the professor.
Just a
The professor is just kind of standing there shaking his tongue, trying to get the pain to stop.
He's done more than Brady had.
Yes. The Stitch Beast is going to take its movement.
Goodbye, Jordan. Always hated you.
Wow.
Well, it's going to move 20 feet running up to Jorn. And I need to double check another ability real quick, because I did not consider that this would have been added.
Reaction.
Okay, whenever it starts. So you don't have to worry about that yet.
classical fine.
With its massive mouth open, running towards you, Jorn, it's gonna try and bite you
Alright.
aggressively hard with this massive stitched together.
Do you want to just like
mass
put that on
volume.
top of your notes there?
Yes, actually. Zaccardi, look in that direction. Does Jorn a 20 hit?
It hits.
Newsflash, everyone, we're probably gonna die.
I should have taken shield.
Oh, it's Magnus. Oh,
I was not expecting this thing to go first.
I was expecting for that.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah.
It got caught on here.
Do you have any damage resistances or immunities?
Being charged? I don't believe so.
Okay, so you're going to take 8 piercing damage
Alright.
and 9 poison damage.
Jeez.
Hey, that's not too bad. That's like a healing word.
I don't know. It's more about the internal damage.
Healing word.
Healing light. I'm also going to need you to make a acrobatics or a athletics check.
So I'm at 13 hit points, so that's good.
Okay.
Athletics or
Or
acrobatics?
acrobatics.
I'll make an acrobatics check. That's going to be a 16.
This is a 26.
Jeez.
I rolled a natural 19.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking, what is this modifier?
Yeah, +7. Proficient in athletics. Jorn. As the creature runs up to you and grabs you in its mouth, you feel it lift you up off the ground, and it's gonna keep running with you in its mouth down towards the rest of the party.
Alright.
10, 15, and Jorn, you're going with him.
Jorn, I'm leaving you to die.
So you're stuck in his mouth there, so I'm just gonna put you underneath him.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Num nums.
Okay.
Are Jorn's hands free?
Kinda. Like, you're moving with him, but it's gonna be real tough to move. Like, you're standing there, he's bitten into your torso. You are now profusely bleeding, presumably mildly poisoned, and, it's gonna be difficult to move. You can wiggle around, but it's gonna be hard.
What if we retake this video where we're winning?
Keep
Keep going until we win.
After that, it is Evelyn. Evelyn kind of... Anybody who's within eyesight of Evelyn, so Professor, Vengeance, Ariena, you probably like glance back to make sure Vengeance is okay, so you'd see it too.
Not me. I'm looking
No, you-
straight at that fucking.
You tried to like dominate this creature, and he just said, "Hell nah, bae." and just sprint-
to the devil.
Yeah, and he's now sprinting full tilt at you. You got no idea.
I'm trying to think of like what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do?
You all see, Evelyn is genuinely shocked. Like, this is nothing I've ever seen before. This is not something I've encountered here before. Why is this thing here? Now that she's thoroughly shocked, you see her also like kind of find some composure. She is going to cast a spell. No, not Meteor Door.
Oh.
She is going to use 5 spell points.
This is unfair. I want spell point.
You don't get spell points.
Spell slot. What? Spell.
What?
It's an alternate.
She's
roll.
fancy.
It's an alternate roll for spellcasting.
What? Why
Uh,
wasn't I told of this?
Because it's never used.
unless maybe the DM makes a custom class.
Oh.
She's going to cast Soulfire Restoration.
That sounds horrifying.
Oh yeah, absolutely it is. And the Stitch Beast is going to make a con save.
It is unfortunate.
It is unfortunately very
You
good
have
at
a dice from your
Constitution.
share.
Damn it.
Can we give you a different dice, please?
Do you want me to use different dice? Because I rolled nothing but
Bad dice.
18s and 20s for the past, like,
Here.
10 minutes?
I have a dice.
Dice.
Okay. I'll take...
Do you know one that's specifically bad?
Oh, that one looks
That one,
evil.
yeah.
Oh, this reminds me of the Professor. That's definitely going to screw me over.
It has before on me, so yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
It's so nice to go last in the initiative.
You get to see what you get to see everyone panic.
I get to see everyone take all the damage and then say, fuck you, you take no damage.
Unfortunately. Oh wait, never mind. It auto fails. I forgot. That's a caveat of this spell. He doesn't get a save because he's undead.
And as you are worthless, you don't get a save.
You see Evelyn, her eyes, like the glint behind her mask, the glass of her mask becomes almost like headlights as they begin to glow and glow and glow. And then you see arcs of divine and arcane light kind of shoot out from around her in forms of lightning and fire and bright light. And you see as all of these magical tendrils come out from her, they all lash towards the creature and begin to wrap around it, burning and corroding and destroying its essence. I do not believe that it has damage distances or immunities.
Wow.
You were the one who made it. You should
Great
know that.
backstory characters.
Well, that's why I'm looking at the sheet, Zaccardi. It
She
has...
does what I want to do, but better.
Maybe she's an NPC put in your path because she kind of does the things that you want to do.
Never.
No. So,
Suffer.
she's gonna deal 11, so that's 15. 25, 29 damage to the creature of a mixture of radiant, lightning, and fire damage.
Beautiful.
Is it that?
No.
Can it die sooner?
Technically, yes. Because it has taken more damage. After Evelyn, it is the professor. The professor's gonna stand there.
Cool.
He's just gonna, like, chewing his tongue a little bit, just going like...
Distraction.
Distraction. That's your
Plan B!
initiate. Send him forth.
After the professor, it is Jorn. Jorn!
Jorn?
You're starting your turn within 15 feet of this creature.
Oh fuck.
I am going to need you...
Oh wait, did he get
Haunted.
thrown out?
No, he's still in his mouth.
Are you with it? I'm within 15 feet. I'm going to die.
This is a familiar... Oh, actually, I don't think this works on you because of...
Because he already has been insane.
Stupid elf.
Magically.
No!
Oh, he's already been insane.
Jorn, at the beginning of your turn, as you feel the like radioactive green saliva like fall on you and burrow into your skin, you become hyper aware of all the noises coming from the internal mechanisms of this creature, the sloshing of its internal fluids, the squishing grind of organs moving and like manipulating and making their things working, and it begins to bore into your brain until it's almost unbearable. And for a second, you feel your mind about to go. But then you're reminded of who you were when you were overtaken with madness, and you're able to shock yourself back into yourself, and you're unable to be affected by this ability.
Good job,
Alright.
Jorn.
Jorn's going to... So he kind of heard like the
Yeah.
things inside it.
Yeah.
He's gonna reach into his bag and take out a stick of dynamite.
Wait, hold on, do you have that anymore?
I have 3 sticks of dynamite.
No! This could be
Felix
loud.
took the...
No,
No,
he
I
took
took
the
the alchemist
dial.
fire.
He took the fire.
Oh, you took the
Alchemist
fire! You still
I-
have dynamite!
Yeah, no, I remember Alchemist Fire. I'm gonna take that.
Imagine I am functioning as a fine wedge in its mouth
Yep,
right now.
Yep, this is gonna end poorly. Jordan, you have sticks of dynamite.
He's gonna light one of them, and he's gonna try to just quickly flick it into its mouth where it's
Okay.
open. Like,
I'm not gonna make you roll an attack roll because you are in its mouth.
Yeah.
But you are like grappled and wedged in its
Yeah.
mouth. Its tongues are like wrapping around you to try and like keep your arms and limbs still. So I am gonna make you do like a sleight of hand check to see if you can get the dynamite lit.
all right,
Did I write down what the dynamite?
21.
20. Jesus Christ. Why make fun creatures for myself? They're just gonna die in 3 turns. I did give him the dynamite. You are in this creature's mouth though, so like
Yeah.
you're probably gonna take some damage from this.
Oh, I know.
You have Spare the Dying, right, Nora?
I have healing spells. Why the fuck would I need Spare the Die?
Well,
Fair
you're
enough,
taking
so
the
do I.
dynamite. You shove it into this creature's mouth as it's dangling you. It's gonna auto-fail any success roll because it's inside. Inside of it. None of this would be poisoned or necrotic damage.
What's the dynamite's damage?
We don't know.
You have to look it up.
It's undefined.
It's gonna be 60-10. 3 of it piercing, 3 of it fire.
What's the radius of the dynamite?
30 feet.
Oh shit.
Which is going to be dampened to 15 because it's inside of the
We
creature.
know within 15.
I think I'm out of
And
range.
if I'm
No,
correct,
You are in range.
I am in range. I just realized that.
So
well,
both of you...
if I'm correct, if it's inside the creature, it would only really spread everywhere if it dies to it, because it would explode that.
Like cartoons.
If it were to hit anyone around it, it means it exploded.
You will take damage
Oh, I
on
know,
in its
absolutely.
mouth. So roll damage.
All right, so how much the
need D10s.
D10s.
10s.
Here, take some of mine. They seem to be rolling very well.
Hold up, I think we have enough. 5.
You don't want dice from the DM to roll
Oh,
damage?
sure.
7, 8,
Oh, I
9.
got 6.
No, it's 6.
6d10.
So give me my dice back.
Oh,
No, you don't.
I won't curse your roll today.
I will.
oh, no.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21,
31.
31 damage.
We need to make that sense.
It's not dead.
Okay.
I did.
So Jorn's gonna.
It is very hurt though. Jorn, make a dexterity save with disadvantage because you're grappled and it's.
I mean, if he's holding the dynamite, how is he making
Well,
it
I'm
stay?
tossing
He
it.
shoved it, like he threw it deeper into it. Like it's a really big mouth. It is precisely 3 animals wide
It's a dexterity saving throw, right?
with disadvantage. 'Cause
That's okay.
It's a 5, so it's a 5.
He takes the same amount. He takes 9.
it's because the creature didn't die. I'm still gonna have the damage.
All right,
How much damage was it?
it was like 31. So,
31. So you can take 15
so I'm
points of
still
damage.
down.
Okay, but you're not auto dead, which is
Yeah.
what I was trying to avoid there.
Yeah.
Great, now we have to heal.
Now the dead body of Jorn is just sitting in the
First
creature's
turn,
mouth, just
knockdown.
when
Hey,
when you guys see him throw the dynamite in and it explodes in the creature's mouth, you see like chunks fly off of it. You see stitching come loose, like the deer head that's on the side, weighed down by the antlers, is now like lopsided almost, like falling down towards the limp side. It's not holding up great without the stitching.
How loud was that?
Yeah,
Very.
very loud. Very, very loud.
Is my divine sense gone?
We don't concentration.
It's.
I mean, he hasn't taken damage.
It's within a minute, and I do believe it is a concentration.
Yeah, okay. You haven't taken damage yet, so there's nothing there. I'll say it probably will last for another like 30 seconds.
Do I notice any other undead coming in within the area from that noise?
Not yet. You worked with undead though. They'll probably be coming by soon.
Fair enough.
Somebody just rang a dinner bell. They like food.
Yes, I know.
Jorn, is there anything else you want to do? Bonus
Very
action.
He's unconscious.
I'm down.
Oh right, you're down. Never mind. After
Hey,
Jorn.
I had the opportunity. I had to take
know
it.
Is vengeance. You see all of this
Holy
happen in the span of 7 seconds.
Hey, you gotta say,
got
Jorn
your
has
bluey.
balls. Like,
I mean, yeah.
when you have an opportunity, you take it.
For detail about this encounter, you can look at the bomb squad, the new.
I need to look at something.
So vengeance, right here. How you feel?
What the hell?
You just watched a man blow himself up.
I'm kind of like terrified of the monster. Okay, I'm kind of terrified of, or she's kind of terrified of the monster, but like, seeing as the monster just like, well, it's tough because Jordan
is actively falling apart. Like,
I think she'll like hold onto her crossbow, but like,
Stand there.
just
Oh.
think of anger. hatred
Okay.
in order to fire the crossbow.
Okay,
So,
so you're going to shoot the crossbow at it?
I don't know. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
Are you
35?
hiding first to get
You're
sneak
out
Is
of
that
range.
long range? Okay, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be long range. You'd have to move 5 feet.
Unless you want a disadvantage roll. I think that's how it works.
I mean, you can get right up to here if you wanted.
If he has disadvantage, he doesn't get sneak attack.
Yeah.
You'd have to move 5 feet closer.
Unfortunately, Jorn is not currently threatening the Stitch Beast to give him sneak attack.
What's the lighting? Where's the sun coming from?
The sun? You're heading north.
Is he able to
Probably.
hide? Is what he's asking.
Like if I step out 5 feet north.
Oh, because you have your elf shadow.
Yeah.
Elf bullshit.
I mean, you're also hiding behind a building, so you could probably just hide there and you still.
Well, that's. But I have to get 5 feet closer.
Oh,
Wait, if I go.
I really don't know which square you're standing in.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, let's make a decision and say you're standing in this square.
Sure.
And then you're 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35 off.
Well, that looks like 4 feet.
That's still out of range.
Okay. Five still.
Well,
I could kind of bonus action.
you could hide. Could you hide behind Felix? Like he's 7 feet tall. You're what?
I mean,
Like, how tall
How
are you?
tall are you?
Not usually.
I think it's like 5 foot.
5'7".
Yes, 5 foot.
Felix is very tall.
Felix is
7-1.
Like,
Felix is very tall.
Holy.
like I could hide behind him.
Sure, can I hide behind you?
Yes, but you're gonna make a stealth check. Oh wait, actually,
Yeah, okay.
you can try.
I mean, if I'm already in. Okay, yeah, sure. So I'll go like.
It just occurred to me
So
something
wet.
about the creature.
I'll go
Blind
southwest of. Tremor sense, you see that? Like, from Felix, I'll go southwest.
Southwest.
So with Felix in between you and the creature.
So like right there.
Yes.
Okay.
You got it. So now I have to roll stealth.
With disadvantage. Yeah.
What?
You're like 10 feet away from it.
Hiding
Yes.
behind it. And
Oh,
That's a
16 and a 17. Plus 9, I fails.
It has otherworldly senses. You see as you get closer. And
Wait,
closer
did that actually fail?
yeah.
I rolled 25.
Yeah, your roll really didn't matter. As you get closer and closer, you see all of the nostrils like going like crazy again. As it's starting to smell everything and locate everything. You see as you run closer, even as you try to hide, you see the lulling deer head just kind of look up towards you as it's hanging off the side and watching you do it. You see its nostrils just flaring like crazy.
Alright,
It's got very good sense of smell.
time to shoot it. Now I will shoot. that
Okay,
crossbow.
you shoot.
Shoot at the grass.
Not 20.
but you don't. You don't have.
Well, you don't have to roll damage because it's gonna be dead.
Oh, whoa.
Because it has
What?
3 hit points.
8.
Yeah, it's dead. It's dead.
It turns out Jorn was a bit too
I
spicy of a
don't
treat.
I don't suppose I gave it undying resolve and it can come back. No, I did not.
Oh.
Want me to heal him?
Jorn, you are unconscious.
I am.
But hypothetically, if you were alive, you would feel yourself fall on the ground. And then feel a massive pile of meat fall on top of you and then break apart. You see, this thing becomes like a visceral slip and slide on the ground. It is.
How strong are
It
you, Ariena?
instantly begins to start to
Strength what?
dissolve
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
rot and fade away.
I don't need strength. Like if you want to pull up from the mess, I'll heal him. Actually, you could probably do both with healing light.
Yeah, healing light's bonus action, technically.
I'll cast your wounds on
So-
him anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, you go with that, and I'll hold on to my stuff for later.
Ooh, that's nice. 13.
I'm gonna go.
I got a base now.
So while Arena's doing that, I'm gonna go over and try and like kind of shimmy
Jorn,
the
you
beast
heal for
off.
20.
So,
Oh, it's just piles of meat. You're more like pushing mounds than shoving off.
So
You
it's
can't-
for 20.
It's not like a big
Heal for
fort.
20?
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
I got 20.
The
I'm out.
second it fell
Jordan's
over
gotta
the
get a
ground,
lick.
and the second it hit 0 hit points,
It's like
all
all
of
the
the
stitches.
stitching became to
Right.
like come apart as if something holding them
Oh.
together that was not physical
He's probably not infected.
began to dissolve and fall apart.
Jorn's kind of
I
like.
think we're done with
Yeah.
that battle map for the moment.
Can I?
Alrighty. Jorn's gonna kind of. Someone's gonna. Jorn's gonna kind of wake up, just like. Did it work?
I'm gonna do two things at the moment.
Okay,
I'm gonna go over to the beast to try and examine it and see what the hell it is,
got it.
and I'm going to cast another divine sense.
Okay, you already tried one check. That was very split second. Make a Arcana or not religion. An Arcana or Nature check
For the divine sense or the creature?
for understanding the creature.
You have guidance.
I have
You are also looking at a pile of meat right now.
D4,
So it's
right?
like,
I'm trying to figure out like what Arcana, right?
or nature.
13 plus 5, that's 18.
18, yeah. Necromancers are generally not considered nice people.
I probably have experience with that.
There are kind of taboos in the world, like in general, that bad people tend to follow, and hurting animals tends to be on that list, or at least to excruciating amounts.
But people?
It
Nah.
takes a extreme level of cruelty from somebody in order to create a stitch beast, which is what you learned this to be. Effectively, a necromancer takes the mounds and parts from multiple different animals to amalgamate it together into an undead watchdog that is capable of sensing sentient life, even like from proximity. It has such heightened senses that if a living creature is within a certain amount of distance from it, it knows where it is.
Sorry,
Professor was helping the cause.
So, you described it as a watchdog. Would I kind of understand of it like it's more of a guarding creature? Like it's meant to, like, once it sees something and it just...
They are frequently used for guarding, but sometimes they are also used for hunting. They're extremely loyal to the person who creates them, similar to a dog. So they are set out sometimes for weeks at a time to find and track down a specific person. Like, they are literally, like, in addition to being guard dogs, they are also like bloodhounds, where they are literally used to track people down for necromancy.
And my other one would be divine sense.
Yes. Divine sense. Again, nothing in this split-second moment. But you also know, just from experience, that you do not have a lot of time before you're going to start getting blips like crazy.
We should run. I round everyone up as quick as possible. Like, we need to get out of here quickly.
Into a building?
There are...
Closed off. So probably rooftop is best choice.
Okay.
Okay, there are a couple different buildings around you. This is more of a residential area, so there aren't really any shops. Do you just want to run into somebody's house and look for access to the roof, or do you want to like run down an alleyway?
Up the roof.
Oh yeah, you just get to climb.
And I have rope.
Okay, yeah. So Ariena, you
And they can climb.
How tall is it?
the buildings, they're probably like 20 to 30 feet tall.
Yeah, Avengers can climb 30.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a climb speed?
Yeah,
Thief rope gets
Rope
climb
gets
speed.
climb speed.
Really?
Yeah.
How dare?
I don't have a climb
dare
speed.
all
The third dimension's very important to me.
Yes. So the two of you scuttle up, no problem. The professor just misty steps up.
I don't have a spell to do that.
I
Yay!
I throw down a rope.
Yeah, Ariena then throws down a rope and helps the rest of you begin to climb. I need to make a perception check as you begin to feel dozens of undead sense, divine sense blips begin to appear on your arcanic radar.
On the roof we are on, is there any like entrance from inside the building?
No.
Okay.
These are mainly residential areas. Like, hypothetically, there is like an attic space where if you crawled to the front of the building, you might be able to like shimmy into the attic. but there's no like direct access.
There's no like
hatch.
some doorway where
No.
there's something where
We are
zombies
most
can, like
It's
walk
not
up.
like it's not like you're at the top of a skyscraper that needs access to like fix air conditioners and stuff like that. It's literally just like somebody's
Shingles and
house,
stuff.
shingled roof. Yeah.
There's no like skylight, right?
No skylight, no nothing like
No
that.
helipad.
Nothing. No helipad. No. There is a small runway for a wyvern to land.
Yeah.
No.
So,
Landing
Gen-
spot.
generally, this is not an extremely like wealthy town. Like it's wealthier than a lot of like hamlets and stuff because they have a main port. But the residential area is generally like we have houses to live in. There are bedrooms and bathrooms and kitchens. Like that is the type of area you're in for the most
Yeah.
part. Like there's nothing extremely opulent.
So
I need to make a check
yes, you do.
with advantage.
Why with advantage?
Because that thing of dynamite went off.
There's another one.
No, not necessarily.
I mean,
Well,
as long as they can't fly.
how many more dynamite?
Who said they couldn't climb?
Then we shut it back down. We exploit fall damage.
I'm joking.
Eldritch Blast.
So, Carter,
Oh, that was very bad.
to quantity, how much of this town is made of wood?
No.
No.
Your alchemist fire, you piece of crap.
I've done it.
I have a tinderbox.
So Carter, I can see the undead. Yes.
Yeah, all of you can see them now beginning to pile into the streets. It starts off with like 5 to 10, and then there's 30 or more, 50 or more. Like, there is droves of them now coming towards you.
Should we just stay on the route and just
So-
cross that way?
Everybody make a stealth check to
Um,
compete with my perception.
Jorn, you get guidance.
Harder. I'm gonna.
I need it.
Jorn, I'm gonna assume your wagon is still on the street.
No.
Yeah, I left the wagon down there. There's no way I'm hauling it up there.
You're still at disadvantage though.
Disadvantage? Why disadvantage?
Chainmail.
Oh, right, yeah.
8.
Okay.
I need to get new armor.
So, 10.
10?
10, wait, 10, 13.
I need to get a dice I can roll above a 6.
26.
26?
Yes.
Okay, Professor and Evelyn.
This one just rolled a 5 and now a 19.
Also, I'm gonna like.
9.
Vengeance is gonna leave her put her crossbow on the ground. 'Cause,
Okay,
like, she just killed 3 animals
in one shot.
with her bow.
Yeah.
Just killed all those animals.
Like on the roof or on the ground below you before you climb?
No, like on the
Okay.
like here, zombies, and we're up here.
No, I meant like before you climbed up, before they all started to show up.
Be free crossbow.
Okay. Evelyn and the Professor.
Yeah, like she doesn't want it
Uh,
anymore.
Professor is the 15. Evelyn is the 7.
don't
She
think
gets a
it's
plus.
That's a familiar
That's
looking
a
crossbow.
9, 15. You guys got 8s. You got a 10. That is a straight split. Because the zombies only got a 10 on perception, even with advantage. Considering all the crap that has happened to you today and the fact that there is a pile of rotting flesh on the ground that's kind of distracting them, I'll say you guys are able to hide on the rooftop. For the most part.
So, how much do you know about the
As you notice all of these zombies filing in, you do notice most of them are all drooling the same radioactive green saliva with little rings of radioactive green behind their eyes.
We can see them.
Jordan's kind of gonna look down, look at.
Jorn,
yeah.
you heard it from the Stitch Beast, so you hear the same chittering and moaning, the internal roil of all of their organs and the fluids moving through them. It becomes deafening to you for a minute, and then it kind of grows silent.
Jordan's
The
gonna
rest of
like
you
it.
aren't as sorry. One more second. Okay. The rest of them aren't as the rest of you aren't as aware of it, but you do hear this maddening cacophony kind of coming from moving fluids and flesh.
Jordan's going to look at Evelyn, was it right?
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, should I be concerned I was bitten by that thing?
Concerned is probably a good place to start.
Can I check him for any signs of obvious infection?
Yeah. Evelyn will give you advantage on it too. She'll help you out. Just medicine.
Well, that sucked. 19.
19? Yeah,
Well, 10 plus 13 guidance plus 16 medicine.
Jorn, I might as well have you do this. Now make a constitution save.
I love these.
Saving throw.
Talk to Evelyn afterwards.
15.
Very low DC. You're fine. Neither of you see any obvious signs of infection. Like, severe damage. Definitely gonna want to get disinfected as soon as possible, but no obvious signs.
I imagine like also
Prestidigitation, there you are. You're very clean.
they're clean, and I imagine also like healing also closes wounds.
Yes,
Like,
the wounds themselves have mostly closed.
You're still
There's
covered.
some scarring and like areas that are like something happened there that are still like not quite faded, but
Also, you have a couple puncture wounds in your armor and clothes. Eveline,
yes.
how much do you know about this infection? How did it start per se? Do you know?
I don't know how it started. I thought I was getting to the bottom of this.
Do you know?
This green shit that's the same as your friend, and she points over to the professor. That's new. They weren't like that last time I was here.
What about the creature we just fought? Do you know anything about that?
I know they're not good. I know it takes a very bad person to make one. I know that if it's here, it's probably here for a reason.
How much does Jorn know about Valkyrdek?
How much research would have Jorn done after being tasked with the assignment?
whatever basically assigned information that was given about the target.
The assigned information about the target was extremely limited. Like, you got the impression that they did not 100% know what they were sending you after. They just knew that he was being a nuisance to a lot of their efforts in shipping lanes close to the neutral territories. So they were just like, we need him dead. Let's just find somebody to go kill him. So they were literally like, this is the guy. We're pretty sure he's a hobgoblin. Sometimes he's seen with undead. Please go kill him. If you did any additional research onto that to prepare you for the target, like you had some time.
So undead, we know he has some association with.
Yeah, undead, you know he is associated.
Jorn's going to
Like,
speak with
literally, pretty much, as far as you know, like, from just stories you might have heard people talking about, like, nobody has even seen this guy, like, out of armor, so nobody really knows what he looks like.
Right.
You have no idea where the hobgoblin thing came from, but you're just assuming your superiors made an assumption.
Jorn's going to speak with, like, Evelyn, like, how much do you know about the warlord Valkyrdek?
Let's find out. Yeah, but it's not an NPC, so I want it to be a public role. But yeah, fine, I'll use you.
I gave you it for
I'll
a reason.
use your dice tray.
Who's your
I can easily just announce it. So
Plus 5.
8.
Not much. He goes raiding a lot through the neutral territories. Sometimes he comes up to Iberian. Definitely not a good person.
Well, it's just rumor I've heard, really, but what I've heard, the little information I've given, he is a target I am after my own personal gains, and he is associated with the undead.
I mean, sounds like a good place to start, especially if you... Is he close by? Like...
Last thing out, when was the location that we initially...
By Mossborough.
But last reports we got of him, he was in Mossborough.
Oh, that's really close. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna guess if you want a cause, I'm gonna go... It's screwed right now. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to some conclusions that I normally probably wouldn't. That sounds like probably a good cause.
Do these undead look like the ones we found in the down coral? That barb coral, the other one.
No, yeah, it's in the vault of the barb coral. Yeah, they move very similarly. Like, they are very jittery. They shake a lot. Some of them randomly will convulse, fall over, then stand back up fine. Whenever they never walk. Like, they are always at full sprint. So like they'll like full sprint, then stop for 5 seconds, then full sprint, then stop for 5 seconds, then full sprint, then stop for 5 seconds.
So if you give a 5-year-old sugar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally how they move.
As they're talking, I'm gonna do writing.
You see though among them, occasionally like definitely not intelligent, but sometimes they'll like knock into each other and then they'll fight amongst themselves, and one of them will like rip the other one's head off. So like,
Oh, it's self-destructive.
there is not like, there is no intelligence here. These are base animal intelligence, but like, there's something in there that's like there's some kind of social dynamic happening of like, you hurt me, I hurt you. Like that is the bare minimum of what they understand.
Okay.
You are all standing on a rooftop.
We try and get out.
Can I like look into the crowd?
Yeah.
I mean, unless like, do I need to stealthily look? Are they like looking? Are the zombies
No,
looking up?
You guys, for the most part, have like passed your stealth check, so like you're good.
Okay,
just
sure.
to like.
So I just want to look for
Like-
familiar faces, though.
Familiar faces. Okay, yeah, make a
Worn out places.
investigation check. And you have guidance.
Where are we located again? This is
16. 16.
16. No one you recognize.
Cool.
Should we try and get out of here?
I mean, they don't sleep. They don't really need
can just
anything,
cross.
so we should probably move because they might be here for days.
We can just cross rooftops. It's not that.
Let's go for it, I guess.
Oh my god. Wait.
I mean, we can't stay still. The only other option is to go down.
Yeah, that's it.
I do have one idea.
No.
No. This one is an alright idea.
You do remember though, these zombies can climb to some extent.
Ariena. You're
Like,
the
you need
most
a lot of
flexible in movement. What you could do is if you jump rooftop to rooftop, because you're the most flexible of us in that regard, and actually maybe throw things down to the road, you might be able to bait them further away from us. And we'll be able to get back to the
We're
ground.
just gonna do what we did in the neutral territories and just.
But we still have an operation to tend to. What will this succeed besides escape?
I mean, they're all distracted here. We just go to a different part of the city. Why
Fair
bother leading
enough.
them somewhere? We just leave.
If you insist, but how far apart are these rooftops looking though?
We crossed islands. This should not be a problem.
Yeah, like you can definitely do it your way. The rooftops are fairly close. Like the alleyways are only like 5 to 10 feet apart max between the houses. So like they're jumpable. Some of them are less jumpable, especially for the less athletic of you.
What do you mean? 7 feet's a great running jump.
But that's just what I'm saying. Like, to do this quietly where they're not going to notice you will be difficult to some extent. Just jumping. You can definitely set up ropes to do that, and you guys can work very slowly, but very efficiently. You guys can get out of here very quickly. If you want to play it that way. I do need to make one more check.
Like, we could do that, or
I'm just
we
running.
could do your idea, but I'm gonna need some stuff to throw.
These are just like basically
Very
shingled
chunk.
rooftops, right?
You're gonna rip shingles off? That's gonna be very loud.
Oh yeah, very loud.
Yeah.
Like, they are clay shingles. Like, you are lucky they are not broken just from you standing on them.
Oh, so if we jump, we're gonna break shingles then.
Hypothetically, maybe?
Can I make a?
Let's just say, if you're jumping, you're going to be making more stealth checks.
Enhance ability.
Can I cast detect magic just to see if any of them are magically inclined?
Any of the zombies?
Anyone, anywhere in a 30-foot radius. So yes, some of the zombies, but I'm also
Yeah,
looking
no.
for anyone magically inclined, other than the group that we're with right now.
Like a necromancer, maybe?
That's yeah. If
It's,
they're
it's only
available.
30 feet, right?
Yeah, 30 feet radius.
There is a faint magical essence to some of those zombies.
Fate. Nothing that they can use, but it's like
It's
magical properties to them.
yes, like none of them are spellcasters or anything. None of them are carrying magical objects, but like there is a faint essence of magic around them, similar to the magical essence that the professor gives off.
Any other magic?
There is
essence
something magical also in the household.
Not an undead though,
Not an undead.
because
But-
my divinity would have picked that up.
There's no undead, there's no fae, there's no fiend, but there's something magical in the house.
Right after I realize that, I'm gonna continue writing my book, and then I'm gonna talk to Evelyn.
Okay.
So,
Anybody else have any planning or?
While I'm writing my book.
Well, how long are we staying on this roof planning?
Until they are leave.
Until we have a plan.
They
Evelyn said
already they could be here for days or weeks. You guys don't really have the luxury to sit here and like. You guys can try and sit here and wait them out, but there's gonna be a lot of time
I have
passing.
2
if you guys
days worth of food.
I have infinite.
Starvation will occur.
It's not very a whole
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 1 apple slice each.
Eveline, I have
yes.
So, I can tell where undead are because of my abilities.
Yeah.
I just use a spell to sense if they had magic. There's someone or something below us.
It is
in
very
the
much a
house.
something. It is not a something. Oh, I guess
said-
you wouldn't know.
I said someone or something.
Yeah, sorry.
That has
there's
magical
magic
properties
yes.
below us. In the house. It's not an undead, but there's something there. I don't know what it is. Would you happen to know something about it, or do you?
I mean, these are just all random houses.
I think we should.
I've
take a
walked the
look.
streets. I've looked for people. I've tried to help people before, but I have not been in like this is a city. Even though I've been working here for like a couple months, I have. It's not like I'm smash and grab looting everything. Like I'm just kind of walking around checking for injured and then leaving. Like I'd assume a lot of the houses have something magical, at least mildly, in them, just because it's a very magical country. Generally, everybody has at least one magical item maybe in their house.
Would
Though-
I know of any of that stuff?
How powerful was the magic that I built in the house?
Not particularly strong.
So it could be someone with very little magical aptitude, or it could just be just a small item.
It could straight up be like some magic music box or something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, like
I mean,
it's not particularly powerful.
I can go take a look.
If I can come with you, that would be great. I can help you out.
Would I know it? Because, like, if I've been in this
Split the party.
town before...
Yeah, most of Iberian, you haven't seen a lot of it, but like, you've been around a couple places. Generally, magic is very common here, just because, not economically, but the government system has always been like mages first. So they have very much been trying to like mass produce as much magic as possible, because especially with an industrially advanced society as their primary enemy, they have been trying to use every advantage they can to try and compete with them, like strategically and militarily. So generally, like there's magic pretty much everywhere. It's normally very faint. Like even the light posts of most cities, like magically will ignite at night with candles, and the candles will just burn forever.
Would I have to do a climb check to climb in with Ariena?
You would, yes, you would.
Guidance.
You can have advantage though if they're helping you.
Sure. And you have guidance.
The people you know, there's probably like a couple of like magical items that they would have had that you would recognize if you saw them.
Okay. Alright.
What would I add to that? The climb check, just straight roll.
Oh, it's acrobatics
Or athletics.
or athletics.
That's a 23.
Yeah, you're good. So like I said, there's an entryway to the attic, like just
Yeah.
like 5 feet down from the roof. So you just kind of Ariena, no problem. You just kind of swing down, you get the latch open, and you're able.
Don't you have spider climb?
Why would I have that?
No, they just have a climb.
I thought
speed.
I
They
swear
just
you
have
had
a climb
spider
speed.
climb at one point.
I just have a climb speed. Why the fuck would I need spider climb?
Yeah. And then you're able to like Ariena like it's coming out the window like helps you get down and.
How do I fit in there, actually? How big is the window?
Like it's not like you're wide, like you're tall. You can go legs first and like
7-foot radius, like with just a ball.
I am Cube Man.
I am a gelatinous cube, apparently.
Once in there, I'll start ritual casting detect magic.
Okay, got it. Ritual casting detect magic. Once it eventually goes up.
Do I need to
I can-
roll for that?
Actually, once you guys first get in there, you see an attic that's very cluttered, filled with furniture. Make a perception check.
Ooh, that's not good. 16.
That one.
18.
18? Yeah.
Not 20.
Yeah, 20, yeah. No problem between the two of you. You will have to make a roll to ritual cast detect magic.
16?
16, yeah, you're good.
I don't know if that counts as a roll. Because I kind of
Do
throw it.
do 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 do.
Both of you are noticing that there is signs in this attic of recent life. Like there's like a bedroll in a corner made from like ripped up sheets and stuff. There is like signs of food and crumbs that like has not started to mold yet. Like someone has been living up here for a while.
Is it with my perception check? Can I look around and see a hatch per se?
Oh yeah, there's definitely there's a hatch in the center of the floor that like the old style of house.
Yeah, where
like there's a ladder attached to it, and
okay.
it'll fall down, and the ladder kind of comes in.
Oh, those things are annoying.
There might be someone up here.
You do not nat 20 perception. There is nobody up here right now.
Might have been.
Okay, let me rephrase it. There might have been someone up here. I didn't detect any undead in here.
You also see all
Yeah.
of that too.
No, I'm aware.
Once the actual detect magic kicks in, you do get a sense of something magical coming from one of the corners of the room where there's like there is a large sheet covering what seems to be something.
There's something magical there. You want to go take a look?
Might as well.
What's in the corner?
You walk over. You're just poking it.
No.
Okay.
Like actually probably taking it.
You walk over and you pull off the sheet, and you see this large, not large, like a humanoid-sized. You see, there's like there's a mannequin standing in the corner. That's for like a dressmaker's mannequin almost, where like somebody's been sewing on it. And you see there is a partially constructed dress on top of the mannequin. It has these weird gold filament sleeves, and it's mostly blue. And then there's also like red sashes that come across of different tones.
And the dress is giving off the magic?
Yeah.
What type of magic?
It's weird. There is like normally detect magic is very like clear cut. It's like this type of magic, this thing. This is very shaky. Like the aura that comes off from it, it can't really like place down a magical property. It's like this is a magic effectively, because you're casting detect magic and because you've been around magic before. This is effectively the residual magic of a magical item that was partially in creation but never was completed. So you can't really tell what it is because the enchantment was
It was meant to be a magical item, but
Yes.
it would never finish, so it kind of has that magical power, but it
Yes.
can't discern.
like it's
what
been imbued with the
supposed to be.
power, but it has not been focused into a direct effect yet.
How long ago since it was last worked on?
Hard to tell. Make an arcane check.
Can I also make an arcane check? Or is it
25?
25.
I don't need guidance anymore.
6 to 8 months ago. Whenever this started, that's
Okay.
probably when.
So it's not like the person who's been here
No.
since, like,
Whoever's been living there has not been working on the dress.
okay.
With your very high perception checks from beforehand, you hear some scuttling underneath below you, and then you see the hatch begin to slowly drop down.
I'm going to prepare a guiding bolt.
Okay.
Prepare it, not cast it.
I mean, I don't think an undead's gonna do it, so I'm just gonna sit and wait.
Jorn's still on the roof, if I'm correct, because that didn't come down. But
Yeah, you guys are still on the roof. As you hear that open, you hear just oh gosh dang it. And you hear this very like elderly, like very highly wrinkled hand kind of come up, and you see this very pale, like very dark, deep shadowed gnome man, balding on top, hair fuzz just around the side, coming down very long afterwards, big bushy beard.
How do the
You
eyes
can-
look?
What?
Green circles in the eyes?
We're probably to his back.
Not quite. No, he's coming up the stairs, and now you're looking back towards him. So like he's climbing up towards you. The circles aren't there. There is a slight off hue to his eyes though, where like there's slight green in there. And he kind of pulls himself up, and he's just like, "Oh shit, who the hell are you?"
Well, this is awkward.
Like he genuinely looks frightened to see you, but you also get the impression that like he knows if he tried to run, there's no way he thinks he's gonna be able to catch you. Like,
Sir, how long have you been here?
How long have I been here? I've lived here all my damn life. Who the fuck are you?
How old's his wound? He's holding his chest like something hurt him. Does that look?
There's no visible wound from the exterior, and he's also wearing a shirt, so you don't see anything else on there. Like he's
Well, I'm
not.
thinking if it's recent, there's a tear in his shirt.
No,
there's blood everywhere.
there's nothing you can visibly see. He's just kind of holding his gut.
We've
Very much like he looks in pain. He's very pale, especially for a gnome.
Okay.
Gleaming eyes.
We are here looking for survivors. From the looks of it, you are.
Should we get another line? He
the
looks infected.
You go. You can
Infected?
find.
What the? How
you-
dare you?
Can I cast Detect Poison and Disease?
Yeah.
I'll go get Eveline.
Oh, he's very sick. He's just in denial.
Do I know if he's sick with poison or a disease?
Disease.
It is a disease. Okay.
His eye is twitching horribly.
Yeah, his face, like every so often, is just like full grimace, like. Like
He's
you-
okay.
Is it like a?
It's a gnome thing.
I know exactly what kind it is.
I mean, like he's giving off the same energy as all the other undead, just a lot less. Like,
Should I cast Protection from Good and Evil? Probably. I don't think that's gonna work very much.
I'm climbing up to get Eveline.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
climb
can-
up.
you climb up.
Evelyn's standing there, just kind of like, what's going on?
We found someone.
Can I hear?
Okay.
Can I hear that?
Yeah, you hear that definitely.
Okay, I will
You and your
listen in.
perception.
Now that they said,
Yeah.
or now that she said that.
Who is he? How's he doing?
He's not doing well.
I can figure that.
He's not undead.
I mean, I guess that's what we came here for. Oh,
His eyes definitely have that same movement to it.
oh great. What we came for, just a very bad time for. You can see she's kind of looking out at all the.
Go on and hand something and I can test it.
She hands you she takes out like several syringes and she hands one of them. She's like, inject below the last rib. You're gonna have to push real hard. It's like a 3-inch needle. It's gotta go like all the way in. Like,
Okay. Do you want to work with the others to try and find us a way out of this mess?
I mean, I can take a look, but it's
I'm sure Jorn has some idea involving dynamite.
okay. I'll talk to him about it. You guys.
I climb.
Can I see this person?
I mean, sure.
All right, because
Do you need help?
uh,
I
No,
know
I
your
guess-
staff block doesn't.
sure.
I'm gonna wait for them to get back before I cast Protection from Evil and Good.
Got it.
So that it won't hinder whatever the heck this syringe will do.
A giant stabby stick.
Is the gnome anatomy different? Like, does he have ribs?
I'd be surprised if he didn't.
They're
Otherwise,
he
he just
doesn't
be
have a
blocked.
rib cage, then nothing's protecting his heart or his lungs. You
Yeah,
just
they're
smack him and that'll
gnomes.
break.
And with that, Felix, Ariena, and now Vengeance sitting in an attic with a sickly old gnome. And Eveline, Jorn, the playerless professor, sitting on the roof trying to find an escape plan, surrounded by hordes of zombies. I think we're going to call that session closed for now. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the slightly stranger episode. There's been a lot of mild dialogue mixed in with a very strange battle map there.
Very short combat.
Very short combat. Was not expecting it to be like, surprise, dynamite down the throat.
You did kind of
You
eat
did-
the
you
explosives
did this.
expert.
That is true. I did eat the explosives expert. Next time I will not eat the explosives expert.
Don't eat me.
How many more?
2.
Oh my
Two.
god!
2.
Well,
Why did I give him so many explosives?
Probably going to use one to try and escape.
Yeah. Why do you think this encounter is here? It's to eat up all the resources before the boss fight.
2 more beasts appear.
7 more Stitch Beasts come barreling down the alleyways.
Now I'll see you later.
Either way. thank you very much for watching.
Thank
Marshall, I
you.
think you have a brand deal for us.
So,
Give us your soul.
I know you want to kill Stitch Beasts. That's what you're here for. And what if you're out of dynamite? Unfortunately, Phoenix Games and Hobbies 501 Krug Street, Kitchener, Ontario doesn't sell dynamite. But if you buy D&D Player's Handbook, you have all the dynamite you need. Ha 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 ha.
Just
So
not
good.
the dynamite that I made him use. It's a different
It's a
dynamite.
different.
It's a different brand of dynamite.
He used the
Okay.
off-brand.
Passing right brand dynamite. Fartug Heyman brand dynamite.
Oh, 10
That's
foot
the com-
dynamite?
Exactly, 10-foot whole dynamite.
Or it's just the fuse, it's just 10 feet.
Oh my god. I mean, that's a good time delay. There is some utility for that.
Let's create a nuclear explosion. You have 10 minutes to get out.
No. No. Everyone, please have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next episode.